I have a really funny Matt Pike story. I don't know if you guys have like a schedule of topics that you want to go
No,
No, no, no, go
no.
for it. Let's hear it.
Let's hear. I'm always down for a funny Matt Pike
We're
story.
good for like some branches off of this storyline.
through. I got this tattoo. This is a Melvin's tattoo from
Yes.
yeah. So we were Spotlights was on tour with the Melvins, and we played in Portland. During soundcheck, Matt Pike walked in, and I recognized him, but I didn't say anything. And I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy." And I knew later on after the show that my bandmates and I want to get matching Melvin's tattoos, but I don't think that I think I was the only one that didn't know where that was going down. So we left. I was pretty wasted. I think we all were. We left the show at like midnight or whatever and went to go to a tattoo shop. The tattoo shop ended up being somebody's house. That's not what I was expecting. And we walked into the house, and it was just as metal as you could possibly get. I mean,
Oh, I think I know where this is
I
going.
think I do too. But keep going.
the tattoo artist that brought us there, that was a friend of the owner of the house, opened up the door. He had the keys, turned on the lights, and I remember several things: guitars everywhere, Motorhead posters everywhere, Sleep posters everywhere, High on Fire posters everywhere, and this like fucking scary ass hound in a cage. Like it was like when you picture like a metal household. I mean, this had everything in it, like down to the scary dog in the cage. It looked like a wolf. It was like, oh, fucking losing its shit. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm
You were like
what
having a green room moment. You're like, oh shit.
That reminded me of like the dog in Lost Boys or something. So I'm like, wow, this person really likes High on Fire and Sleep. And the guy looks at me and goes, "What are you talking about, man? You're in the lead singer's house."
That's Matt's house. That was Crom in the cage.
Yeah, and I'm like, really though? And he's like, yeah, he's gonna be home soon. And I'm like, okay. So we went upstairs to this room that we were gonna get tattooed in, and the lyrics for Electric Messiah were in a typewriter in the middle of being written.
Oh, whoa.
Really?
No shit.
And so I'm just like totally I had to be, I'm saying it was Electric Messiah because it was short. It was 2 years before that album came out.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing that's what I saw pages of lyrics and a typewriter and words being written. And sure enough, he came home at some point and try to like kind of like remember what I can't say, but basically like it's a little intimidating, and to be in the presence of somebody like this and be in their house,
Yeah.
Even though he was very aware that we were going to be there, obviously, and it was a plan. You kind of still feel like you do when you're in anybody's house.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Want to watch what you're doing and if you're cool. And I was talking to him, and I was like, "Oh, thanks for having us. By the way, your publicist is a good friend of mine. He helped me get my job at Revolver." And then I said something like, when are you putting out your next record? And he took his teeth out of his mouth. Like he was like, "Think I could make a record like this, man? I got this to deal with." And like he's like, "Oh, I can't work like this." And I'm like sitting there totally freaked out. My mind like thinking like, can someone else please talk and say something? Just come up with like another like a pivot.
Somebody get Matt to put his teeth back in his mouth.
But he was awesome, and he was fine. I was just a little. That was all me. I was just a little freaked out. I think.
Yeah.
I'm easily freaked out sometimes, but he went to bed and woke up and fucking got on a plane and played Brooklyn with Sleep the next day.
Wow.
I couldn't believe that. And when we were leaving, it was like a strange, like, holy shit moment, as if that wasn't already a holy shit moment. We're leaving, we get our Uber or whatever. I can't remember if we got an Uber or if we got in somebody else's car, but he had gotten up, I think, to go get something in the kitchen, and he's just in his undies and opens his door. He's like, "All right, guys, thanks for coming over. Hope you had a good time." Yeah. I'm like, "Bye."
Oh, yeah.
Totally weird.
Well,
That's awesome.
I thought for sure it was